Hi, Kavisha.
Hi, sir.
A very good evening to you.
Thank you, sir.
Uh, Firstly, let me congratulate you on behalf of Career Launcher and myself and my colleague, Ms. Nuzar, over here on your excellent performance in IIM Indore IPMAT program.
Thank you.
With that, Kavisha, I would like to start by understanding what was your starting point for your Indore, or basically the program of IPM, the 5-year program. What prompted you to think about this, and how did the journey start in the first place?
Yes, sir. So first, I came to know about this program through a senior in my school. So she had, like, she's 2 years senior to me, and she had made it through the IIM Rotex thing, and she's now in IIM Rotex. So, like, when the teachers discussed in the class about the seniors taking up different paths, I came to know about that she took a 5-year program in IIM Rotex. So I was like intrigued, like, how is that possible? Like, they give an MBA. So that's when I pondered over it. I found out that IIM Indore and IIM Rohtak offers the 5-year integrated program in management. So I did my research and I found out that it was not just focused only on the commerce aspect. It basically brought in different elements towards it. So that was a combination. I always wanted to learn different things, and it also had different liberal arts elements as well. So it gives you a different perspective about the world. So I thought this is the program that I would want to take up. So, and then, yes, as she also suggested that she took coaching from Career Launcher. So that's how I came to Career Launcher as well. So, yes, that's how the journey started.
Okay. And when did you start your journey actually? What point in your 11th or 12th did you start this?
It was towards the 11th end and towards beginning.
So it was almost a year long
Yes.
preparation for you.
Yes, I had to
And
think about it, about like if this would suit me. So before going in.
okay, so it took you some time to figure that out.
Yes.
All right. Kavisha, what is your education background? What stream are you from?
So I'm from the commerce stream with max as well as my additional. So I had secured 99.2% in class 10, so and 98.4% in class 12. So yes.
Wow, that's great. How were you able to juggle between preparing for your boards as well as cracking the exam? I believe 12th class boards got cancelled. I understand that,
Yes, sir.
but that was at the last moment. But till then, you were still preparing. So how did that happen?
So like one advantage is maybe that's one of the advantages COVID gave me. So it was online classes. We didn't have the extreme rigorous classes which we would have had if it had been a physical classroom. So we had the morning session in the school. So afterwards, towards the evening, I had time to devote towards IPMAT preparation as well, and at my own pace because it was all the online setup. So that benefited me a lot.
So you said that you started your preparation from 11th class onward. So
Yes.
can you help us understand how did you decide when to study for this particular program, and how much of time did you spend on your boards, or when did you actually start preparing for your boards?
Yes, sir. So I thought like the boards I studied regularly. So for example, 3 to 4 hours of whatever the boards, whatever subjects were there. So I just revised whatever the school taught me that day, and 1 to 2 hours I regularly like dedicatedly gave for indoor every day, the IPM preparation. And when we had exams for the 12th class, when they had exams, so on that time I focused on those exams, kept IPMAT preparation aside, and then I came back. So when I came back, I usually took a mock to analyze how I had been over the break. So, and then again started the preparation accordingly.
So when you
Oh,
say, okay, so when you say you have taken mocks, so how
Mhm.
much time did you spend in analyzing the mocks after you finish a mock?
So for me, it actually took half day because I was really slow at it initially. So because I thought about the questions where I went wrong. The questions were I could have attempted but didn't attempt, which brought my score down. And then those other questions which I didn't even know. So I had to focus on each of these.
No,
So
I think, Lavisha, this is very crucial point for all the students who are listening to us, because once they take up a mock, they just think of taking the mocks and not correcting the unattempted questions or incorrect answers that they have got in the mock. Somewhere you are highlighting that. I think that is one of the key takeaways from all the people who have converted IPMAT, a call.
yes.
Somewhere students should take up seriously after the mock and then sit and analyze each and every question where they went wrong. That's a very sound advice for all the listeners.
how many mocks have you written, Kavisha? Just curious.
I think around 25 to 30.
Well, that's one thing which has also been consistent, Kavisha, among all the students who've gotten. This is the fourth interview that I'm taking today of a student who's made it into Indore.
Yes.
None of them have written less than 20. So I'm just trying to corroborate, is that the way it is supposed to be? And I think, yeah, most of the people who are successful, who have got their dream come true, I think that's something that which is common. Writing mocks, and the second very important point which you mentioned is analyzing the mock. Just writing is not sufficient.
Yes.
Kavisha,
Okay.
when you gave these like about 25 mocks, so there were times where you got pretty low marks and probably you were demotivated or dejected. You want to share your experiences from that area?
Yes, I would like to, because that was a point, like, I don't know, it was around a double-digit score in the whole paper. So it was like, it was like this, not even one section I would be able to. So it was, and that too, it was, during March or something like that now. So it basically, I felt bad that would I be able to make it, but then my parents as well supported me that it's possible. Like, I constantly gave efforts and I put more efforts as well, seeing that I had gone down there. So wherever I had gone weak, so I focused on that and I came back. Yes. So
March, you got a double digit. That's barely 3 months before your exam, because exam happened in July.
yes,
April, May, June, July. Let's say 3.5 months. So that's in a way good news for quite a few students. It does not mean that you have to get a double digit in March, but even if you do that, there's still a very good chance
yes,
to recover. But the thing that I think the others will have to realize is the advantage was you guys didn't have to worry about your boards.
yes, sir.
Normally what happens is March and April, that's the board exams time. So if you are actually getting a bad score in March, then you will not have enough time to recover.
Yes,
So for you, the boon was that you didn't have the exams.
yes,
So I think the others who are listening to this sometime later would take that into account and not say that, okay, Kavisha has done it 1 year ago. So let me also not worry till March, but then you'll be having your board exams, guys.
yes.
So
Okay.
how just to understand, how has CL beat mentors or faculty or the mocks, how has it helped you in the preparation of IPMAT Indore?
So first thing about the classes that we had every weekend. So since we had it every weekend, it gave me an opportunity. Like, once I attended the classes of CL, the materials they gave, I was able to solve them, and then make sure that whether it was a strong topic for me, a weak topic, so whether I had to allot time for that. And then whenever I took a mock, we had the analysis as well, and moreover we had the ranks as well. So which was a motivator for me, like to improve my ranks, the percentile that was given, and also the other faculty as well helped, like whenever I had a doubt or something like that.
Brilliant. So coming to your PI, because IPMAT Indore exam is one part, your PI is whole another part. The experience is new to your age. So how long was the PI and what were the questions asked?
So one thing that I felt like I was unfortunate was I had the PI on the first day of the interviews itself. So whenever they started the PI for Indore, I had it on the first day. So I didn't have any experience from others to like get to. But then I had attended mock interviews even with Srinivas sir before. So I was like, he told, be calm, it will be okay. And the interview process was around 15 minutes for me. So they had a few academic questions. I mean, it mostly revolved around academics for me. It varied from person to person. So in the academic question, it was from the statistics and economics that it was more. And then they asked me about the subject that I took in 10th. It was Sanskrit. So I had mentioned that I got a centum in Sanskrit. So they wanted to like question if I remember things from that. And also about my state and the founding party of the founder of the ruling party in my state. So
Yeah, there's one question I want to ask. How many questions were you not able to answer in the interview? Do you remember that?
Yes, sir. There was one question about my home state and the ruling party. I was not able to recall it. And academic, I was not confident about the answer that I gave to a question. So I thought it could have been well structured there. And there was one question I didn't know in economics.
So there were about 3 questions that you are not sure about the answers. So this is something which I want to highlight to the students who are listening. It's not always about attempting everything. It's also about not attempting one or two, but then making sure that that does not affect the remaining of your interview performance. I think that's something that the others should understand. It's humanly impossible to attempt everything or answer all the questions, because they can ask you from anywhere, right? So do you call the interview stressful interview? Was it okay? Was it easy? How would you rate it?
So the interview actually was like, it was very it wasn't like an interview. It was like a talk with someone whom I had not known. So they were very friendly. So that was one thing. So I didn't feel like there was any stress in the thing.
Okay, so there's not too much of grilling, meaning they did ask you questions, but it was not really trying to push you and make you uncomfortable.
Yes, sir.
It was about trying to understand what you know.
Yes.
Good. I think that's something which has been consistent with other students that I've heard this year. In fact, I was pleasantly surprised when one of the students said that it was a good interview. And then the surprise became less and less as many students started talking about a similar kind of an experience in the interview. I think that's something that has changed for Indore this year.
Yes.
Great. What other calls did you have, Kavisha, or do you have right now?
Yes, I have iimindore call as well, and I didn't want to focus myself on different things, so I just took an admission in Christ University as a backup and focused on these two.
Great, great. Any questions from your side, Nuzul?
Yeah, so basically, I think it's a very good habit even to maintain options open. You can't completely rely on just one exam like IPMAT Indore. It's like for the students who are listening to us, probably they can take up multiple exams like you have. So, just to understand, what advice would you give to the listeners who are about to take a IPMAT Indore exam?
So I would say is that just believe in yourself. Like no one can. The score that I got in mock was something that I felt like I need to motivate myself and come across people who have other things as well. It's important that if you have the perseverance, dedication, hard work that you put in, it's not about how much hours. If you're getting things, the concepts right, it's not. No matter, no one can stop us from getting whatever we want.
Brilliant.
Great, great. Thanks a lot for your time, Kavisha. I think I've taken enough of your time from your celebrations.
Yes.
Once again, my very hearty congratulations on your excellent performance from the entire CL family. Fine. See you, Kavisha. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am.